What a lot of restaurants don't have, what a lot of coffee shops don't have, is the Joe factor. What a lot of restaurants don't have is the Pauly factor, the Joe Free factor, or the Jim King factor. Those people.
I figured you start with Jim King because he's here.
No.
Put him at the end of the list.
Right. Finish with the best. Save the best for last.
You told me I was a captain when I got here.
Yeah.
And I got the paper cup, and you got the ceramics. I mean, you got your names on it.
My bad.
I'm not feeling very captain.
Welcome to Cam and Joe Show. My name's Joe with my good friend Cam.
Good morning. Happy Friday.
How you doing, man?
I'm busy and blessed.
Did you just do good morning, yum?
Good morning. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's like
you're a word singer.
You like that? Good morning.
Dude,
I'm absolutely a word
so many
singer.
word singers.
I am one of those little songbirds.
Drill your teeth.
You're gonna be hungry this morning. I've noticed the last couple podcasts we've had.
I think we're a little hungry this spring. We had Drew
Burrowfine.
Yeah, Drew Burrowfine.
Yep.
All things barbecue.
Yep. And then we had Pauly on talking about hooligans, Irish.
Hooligan.
Did they bring food?
No.
So bonus points to Mr. Jim.
So yeah. So before we get going, we're gonna be talking with Jim King, owner and establisher of Rolling Stone Pizza. Amazing entrepreneur, lovely community guy, incredible in every way. And if you're wanting to stick around, like, subscribe, hear more what we got about. We're all about community and growing this thing.
And maybe before, pause this video, go get you something to eat because he brought food. We didn't ask him to, but this is so
it's
Jim King to just
feed
there's everyone.
Like 15 hints in your Texas lesson.
That was him.
We didn't actually ask. We subliminally.
It's
asked.
plausible
Like,
deniability.
if someone
you
brings
could.
pizza,
what's in that pizza?
I don't know what happened. Then we're like, oh my god, oh no, he actually came.
Oh, I'm so surprised.
Without further ado, though, our good friend, Mr. Jim King. Thank you for being on the show today, big dog. Appreciate you. So I'm blessed to know you and have and have just the friendship that we have established. I've always just had a ton of respect from you from a community standpoint, from an entrepreneurial standpoint. I'm happy that I know you as well as I do. I want our subscribers, our listeners, our viewers to get to know you a little bit more.
So my mom, your mom, and the two other people listening.
Exactly. Yeah. All 7 of us, 2 of which are us. Yes.
And
precisely.
now Pauly's one.
Pauly.
So we've got one extra. Thank you for listening.
Yep. Precisely. We grow by one follower
podcast now.
Exactly. They're popping in Ireland. I don't know what happened. So tell the people about yourself. What brought you to the area and all things pizza.
United States Air Force. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
That's right.
Yeah, I was joined way back in the day, 84.
84.
Yeah,
wow.
Way back.
Thank you for your service.
When there was no cell phones, no nothing. Got my orders to Beale. Never even heard of anything. I'm from San Diego.
Yeah. San Diego County.
Pops was a Navy SEAL. And
Yep.
Grew up there and
Padres County.
Yeah. No, not a Charger fence. They're a whole different story. A lot of pain there.
We won't talk about the movie.
Yeah, so I joined the Air Force and got stationed at Little Yuba City, California, basically, and had no idea where
or why.
I just saw Tahoe, and I go, oh, I'm in the mountains.
Yeah.
And I came up here in a 1972 Datsun little pickup truck.
Oh, there you go.
No air conditioning. July 7th, 106 degrees, and I had a Rand McNally map, and I was like trying to figure out how to find the Wheatland Gate. I mean, try finding that back in the day.
Oh my gosh! Good luck.
In the middle of nowhere between Sacramento,
Doolittle.
there was no Roseville. There was no nothing.
Uh-huh.
Old Lincoln, and
yep.
Everybody's like, yeah, just keep going.
I remember when Lincoln was literally just that little downtown area, had a couple houses, and then the giant rock plant, and then Roseville was what's Roseville?
Yeah.
What's Roseville? Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was like
rows of trees.
What is happening right now?
Yeah, I've been.
Yep.
Yeah. So found that, and then just actually immediately once you get on base, they kind of make you stay on base for like 2 years as a young airman.
Yep.
So you don't get
the dorm
lost.
life. Yep.
Yeah, dorm life and stuff. And back then, all of a sudden they built these new dorms, and so everybody wanted to go to these new dorms, which now they're old.
Yep.
And so all of a sudden my number was up within like 3 months. Like boom.
They're like, hey, get.
Yep.
Because my paycheck back then was $640 a month.
Yeah, there you go.
A month.
Wow.
Big baller.
Yeah. So if you got off base, it like doubled your your pay and tax free.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Yep.
Hooked up with a couple civilian right off in Plymouth, and then I started playing. I'm a tennis guy.
Tennis. Yeah, I was gonna say.
So I joined Yuba College.
Yep.
Walked in there and backtrack. I went to Grossmont Junior College. 28,000 students. Took 4 months just to get an appointment with the counselor.
Got it.
Oh wow.
Back then, walk into Yuba College. Hey, can we help you? I'm like, around. I'm like, me?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Sure.
And then I met Pete Torres and Dan Wong, who Dan just passed, so great friend of mine. 2 counselors that took me underneath their wing and joined the tennis team. And I met some great people, Dan Little, and so many great guys. And I got connected to the Racket Club.
I was just gonna say, and that brought you to the Racket Club. 'Cause I know you have a lot of years on those courts.
Correct. Yeah. So then once I got there, so I was moonlighting from Air Force midnight shift with full-time student, full-time tennis, full-time everything.
Oh my gosh, man.
Hella.
Just we went from so that year Yuba College was ranked the last like 3-4 years. Like hadn't won a match. This is when they're going against Marin, Napa, bunch of Bay Area schools. So I come rolling in. This guy Oliver from Germany comes rolling in. Giuseppe from Italy comes rolling in. Tomo from Japan comes rolling in.
Oh my gosh.
I'm there.
Yeah.
And that knocked all. Sorry, Dan. All these local guys where they should be, like down the ladder. And all of a sudden we went from 120th in the state to top 20.
Wow.
And everybody's like, who is Yuba College?
Yeah.
You know, and it was just a great vibe.
That's awesome.
2 years, yeah.
That's awesome.
And great friends with Oliver today. I just went to Spain last year. And
there you go.
We just keep rolling, yeah.
I love it, man.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so connected to that Racket Club for many years. Ran a lot of tournaments, a lot of professional tournaments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't remember or realize the $150,000 tournaments I brought here.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day. I remember because I'm a member now and have been for the last couple of years, but also through high school, which would have been like 04 through 07. Remember some days rolling up, I'm like, what is going on? And there's people up on the banister and the rail and crowds and all this popping. I'm like,
International.
what is going on?
Yeah.
That
International
was
players from
That's amazing.
40
man.
countries.
That's the first time I ever hear. I wasn't connected to Racket Club, didn't know anything, but that's incredible.
Well, I built a stadium that can hold 1,000 people and skyboxes.
Yeah.
And,
That's awesome.
I had 30 sky. So the way I funded it was to sell box seats, and I was always sold out, which I wasn't, but I was always sold out.
I get it.
And
I get it.
I had to raise 150,000 through those box seats, and the Hilbers came through, the Morrisons came through.
Yeah.
John Cassidy, Sarah Sons of Readiness. In between those 3 companies, over my 20 plus years, over $250,000 in sponsorship.
Easy.
Just because of passion.
Yeah.
And making our town better.
Yeah,
something to do.
Yeah.
The bottom line is something to do.
Yeah.
Straight up, man.
You know, and that brought a lot of people together. A lot of great friends. So I'm still great friends with all my Aussies. So I have 6 Aussie guys for a month at my house.
Nice.
Yeah. And I've been down there once.
time.
They've been back twice. Went to one of their weddings in Australia.
What part of Australia did you get to see?
Most of them live in Canberra and Melbourne.
There you go. Melbourne.
And Sydney as well. Flew into Sydney. So my first food in Australia, of course, he's like, oh, I'm going to take you to Macca's.
I was just going to say, you're going to Macca's?
Going to Macca's.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Whatever.
The number one with the fried egg.
Because I drive, we're in the middle of nowhere, and I come to the biggest McDonald's ever.
They love their Macca's.
Big cricket tournament going on with Pakistan, and there's like 500 people there watching it.
Oh my gosh.
This is pretty cool. So yeah, I had a Big Mac, my first bite in Australia. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So
Throw
anyway,
a fried egg on that thing.
yeah. So all those years, and then tennis director, coached Sutter High School. Actually, 2 years.
Coach tennis at Sutter High.
Yeah,
Awesome.
2 years. Scott Turner, his first year when he started turning the program around up there.
Awesome.
He just came down from Alaska. He hired me for 2 years with Mike Reed. Mike was the coach, and I came in and help out. And when he couldn't do it, I took over. Then went to Chico State.
Dude, you have always been so friggin' busy with everything you do.
Yeah.
It's like, have you somehow found a way to squeeze more out of 24 hours? than your average.
I was thinking the same thing.
At one time, it was military, tennis,
school,
full-time student.
Yeah.
And some people that are in school, it's just
they already
full-time
melted
student, or
as soon as you said school.
You don't want to say or you don't want to say just military, but military full-time with no other real capacity to. So that's always been you. So your fingerprints have been on so much locally. I think that so much of that translates to your wanting to stay connected at every capacity that you do now, even with Rolling Stone and with pizza. So gap us from, gap. Yeah. So that was the 80s, early through the 90s.
Went to Chico State.
Yeah.
Went up there for 3 years. I was a history major leaving Yuba College.
Yeah.
And I walked into Acker gym to get, this is back in the day where you had to go find your classes for like 5 hours.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I look at it, and my bonus dad, that's a whole different story. He was a Stanford grad and UC San Diego Law School grad. And he's like, hey, just go there and have some fun. Just get a degree, anything you want.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
So I walk out of there, I'm like, God, that doesn't look fun. I go, hey, where's the PE department? So became a PE major. That's where I met Jim Whitaker, Paul Bassi. You know, so all these Yuba City guys were there also, which I knew going in. Tom Williams Jr., the Jaeger brothers, Jaeger brothers, and so it goes pretty deep.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, man.
That's awesome.
But didn't expect to come back to Yuba City, but I did.
So when you were studying at Chico, were you moving?
The deal was I was going to get PD major, and Judy Jacoby at the Rack Club had a lot of connections in the fitness industry, and she was going to connect me with her friends in Chicago.
Nice.
And then she just, I was the first full-time employee at the Rack Club on salary.
Oh, is that right? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Then Pete Backus came, who's the co-owner. Yeah. He was right there with me. So we met at the Racket Club.
You and Pete?
Yeah, I was stringing a racket Sunday night, and I didn't know, but he was passed out behind me on the lounge. There's a sofa. He was sleeping. He went to UC Davis when I was going to Chico. I'm stringing, and I'm like, who are you?
It's like, hey, I own this place.
So we became like best
Who
friends.
are you?
Became best friends after that for a long time. Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
awesome.
So he was the front desk guy, and I was the tennis guy.
There you go.
And we cleaned the Rack Club at night. We have tennis ball wars with Dan Little and
that's awesome.
Joe Page and Melanie Page and all those guys. Yeah, we had
awesome.
Great times. No cameras back then. And then I lived at Rancho Cortez for 6 months.
Yeah, you what? You say
at Rancho Cortez?
You lived there?
Yeah. So it used to be a clubhouse. So I taught tennis, and then after my gap between going to Chico, I had nowhere to live. Well, we just lived there. And then all of a sudden, Blake Sasaki, all these other guys started living there after me on their way to bump to college.
That's awesome.
Back in the day. Yeah. Now it's a daycare.
I'm sure that would have been a incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
An incredible time. I'm not going to shower this morning. I'm just going to swim.
Yeah, jump in the pool.
Backstroke.
Teach tennis all day.
And pop out and teach tennis all day.
Yeah. But yeah, so
between the sweat and the chlorine, that's a
right.
That's a win.
But sadly, that came to an end when my hip went out.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so I was teaching a lesson with Antonio de la Torres. Antonio? Yeah, at Casa Lupe. And
that's right.
He drop shot at me. I come running in, and then I just pulled up. I thought I just pulled a groin muscle. And then 3 months later, Paul Schenk, he's all, hey, what are you limping for? And I'm like, I can't get this thing to go away. And he's all, it's your hip. And when it got checked out, bone on bone, took 2 years to save up money to get a surgery.
Did you have a full hip replacement? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow.
Titanium and ceramic.
Wow. The fact that you don't still walk with a limp is impressive because so many people that have a full
the best surgery ever.
Full hip.
Best surgery ever. So
well, that's also how active you are.
Woke up.
Exactly.
Well, for a long time, I couldn't even get my leg in the truck. I couldn't even walk.
Yeah.
But I had to teach tennis for 2 years with all that to make a living.
Wow. Got it.
It was, my income went.
Sure.
And then one magic day, my friend Ken Skyberg, Garth Larrigan were building. Ken built first a wood fire oven in the backyard. And this is
here we go.
1980.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
No, shut up. Oh, sorry.
You're good.
No, you're fine.
Cut that out.
You're fine.
Shit.
No, so he, so I'm like, I want to build one, but I didn't have the money. They were putting a fancy one, like the kid stuff. So I was going to build a brick one. So I was online looking. And then my my laptop, and then all of a sudden this little pop-up ad pops up, and it's a wood fire oven mobile unit. Some guy was selling on Craigslist for $14,000. I had no money. I had zero.
Yeah.
And the only thing I had was my house, equity in my house, and this was 2008 in October-ish, right before the market was ready to crash.
I was gonna say, wait, how did you have equity in August of 08?
Yeah, because I bought my
6
house
months
for
later, you wouldn't have.
I had 140. Okay. I bought it for 140.
Okay, there you go.
My house.
Yep.
And
this is at this moment.
Yes.
Okay,
and
got it.
Right where they're just giving money away. Literally, like, just nod and we'll just throw money at you.
Yep. Is he breathing? Yep.
Yes.
Approved. Take me back. No.
It's through USAA, and all of a sudden, so I talked to this guy on the phone, and we talked for like a week, and he's upstate New York, and he's like, yeah, I bought this thing, and well, I didn't really realize that we only had like 4 good months up here, and my wife said, that's stupid, so he paid $30,000 for it, and so we agreed upon 12.
For the pizza, for the the trailer. Pizza.
Correct.
Got it.
So I had to refinance my house real fast.
Got it.
Well, the money wasn't coming in, and he had someone else that wanted it.
Sure.
So Pete Torrey is my buddy. That was my counselor. He took me down to Wells Fargo, and he took out $14,000.
That's awesome.
Cash.
Yeah.
And the bankers were like, who's this?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I just got a van back here. It's cool. I'm just selling some stuff.
Well, then I had
authentic paintings.
Yeah. Then I convert that into a money order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cashier's check.
Yeah.
And I sent to this dude that, never even seen this, if he even has it. It's a Craigslist.
I was going to say Craigslist?
Yeah. And
oh, man.
The only reason I did it because I had German Shepherds, and he had 2 German Shepherds, and one was dying, and we talked for a while about that. And
there you go.
I can hear his wife in the background or somebody talking. I go, this is either the best scam in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I'm crying. This guy's in New York. He's probably pinching his German Shepherd so she whines. What is happening?
So I put it in the mail.
Yeah.
Overnighted it. And
yeah.
I'm like,
Jesus, take the wheel. Let's see if this money makes it to New York.
Because I just got burned on a RV I bought last year. If I would have trusted that guy.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
This is everything I had.
Sure.
Sure.
The money was still coming in the mail for my thing, and I really couldn't teach anymore because I was in so much pain.
Yeah.
This is before my hip surgery. And
gosh.
So it arrived. And the day it arrived, true story, I had my colonoscopy.
So you,
I was just like,
you were out of it, man.
I'm out of it.
What did the colonoscopy reveal anything that I'm
no?
aware
So
like
a good friend of mine, ours passed, Louie. He died in his 40s, early, just turned in his 30s.
Colon cancer.
Yeah, and so he's like wanted everybody to go get checked.
Got it. Yep.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, horrible story.
Yeah.
That age.
Yep. Yep.
Anyway, and he was on the tennis team and stuff after me, so just a great guy.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it started, and no name. It's just like going down to Lowe's and buying a barbecue.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with it?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually we'll stay in your garage forever.
Yeah.
But okay. So about me. So at Chico State, I was given 2 grants. I was adaptive PE major with special needs kids.
Yeah.
Which I love doing. Love coaching. Even coached Yuba High School for 8 years.
That's
7
awesome.
years, 5 championships.
Awesome.
You baseball guys. So we got overshadowed by the Stassi brothers, same time, So, but we beat Granite Bay. They were 62-0. We went to their place and beat them.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yuba City boys. So anyway, I forgot the heck what I was talking about.
We were talking about colonoscopy. Same day. Trailer got dropped off.
So I had no name to it, 0.
Yeah.
From scratch. So I threw a Super Bowl party and just invited everybody to bring their own dough and stuff and make pizzas. And no one's ever seen a wood fire mobile unit. This is 2009 now. So officially I say 2009.
Sure.
When it arrived.
Sure.
So, and then the name took a while. Then I just settled on Rolling Stone because it was a Rolling Stone.
Makes sense.
And music stuff, but more in the Stone part. I'm not Italian. I'm 30% Mexican. That's where the Jimmy L.
Jimmy L. Ray.
Jimmy L. Ray.
It's where the L. Ray. It's where the L. Ray.
Yeah. So Grandma Lupe, she's amazing artist and stuff. So back to when I got the grant, that's what I was getting at. $2,000 grant. I got this money, and you're broke at college, you know. You're just like, I had my VA or my thing from the Air Force was $300 a month.
Yeah.
But Yuba College is only $220 a semester back then too.
There you go.
Yeah,
Wow.
eat that.
Yeah.
Per semester.
No such thing.
I was
as
actually
inflation.
disappointed. I'm like, God, I thought it was more expensive. But so I took $1,000 of that dollars and I went and bought pots and pans.
Awesome.
And I didn't use them for like 5 years. And all my friends were like, what are you doing? I go, oh, I'll never be able to afford these ever.
Yeah.
So that was my mindset. Right?
I'm gonna get it. Right
I got
now
it.
while
And
I
I go, I will use. So I use them to today in my cooking.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then
Wow.
it's just like I got a whole set and I use them. And, you know, so I always knew. You know, I've always been a cook. I've always been in the food in my mind. And
You were the guy after the party. Everyone's like, "What's he cooking?"
right. Oh, just Cabo 2 months ago, midnight. We're at Teresa and Mark Hyland's house with a bunch of Yuba City people, and just start. Jim, cook us something.
Yeah,
at their house.
All right.
Yeah.
Walk your way into the kitchen.
So, what do you
What's
got?
happening there?
We got some steaks in there. We got this. So yeah. So we
You're like, okay.
grabbed it pretty good.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So those pots and pans, that was always in my blood.
Still to this day.
And yeah. So the pizza, it's just a side thing. Meaning, there's so much more to oven than just pizza.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, which I've always known. So it just takes time to keep developing things. Won some great contests. You know, the Chico Downtown Association. They throw their big taste of Chico. 10,000 people.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been to that, but
It's a blast.
yeah. And I won the 2016. They only give one award, which I didn't even know there's even an award.
You're like, I'm just here.
We just roll up there, Yuba City, our little crew, my little chicken feta pizza,
Love it.
and 75 restaurants, and then we're throwing the music down, got the great vibe going, got our staff just having a great time, and then they come up, and about 15 people, apparently judges, present us with the Golden Plate Award.
They're like, you win. You're like, what are we doing?
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, we give one award.
There was
one award.
there was a
best,
contest.
best food, best setup, best vibe, and they're all push, and I'm like, and then they advertise for you all year. Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
Awesome.
That's the way to do it, man. Well, you come in, you bring your vibe, you bring your food, you're just having fun, and then everybody else is like, you win. You're like, oh, all right, cool.
If you can find something that you enjoy, and then they also pay you for it.
Yeah, that's amazing. As an entrepreneur, the goal is always to make money when you're not there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a hard part because as a tennis director, I can only make money if
While
I'm
you're there,
on the court.
physically there.
Being a personal trainer, being a massage therapist, you know, you got to find that other hustle where, you know, that's
don't
why
have to
people
physically be there.
You can only do it for so long.
Yeah.
Until you so typically that guy or girl goes and starts a little club or
Yeah.
they, you know, so all of a sudden they elevate.
Yeah.
So same thing with, in my world with Rolling Stone Pizza Bar, things like that.
And what year did you guys get into New Earth? What year was that?
2012. So backtrack that. Kevin Cotter is and Pete are general partners in the market and stuff. And Kevin and I became friends when he was owning Yuba Trucking, and he retired out of that world. And then he was kind of bored, and his daughter had some allergies and stuff, so they kept going down to Roseville to
I've heard that story.
right. You know, he's like, God, we should start one here.
Yeah.
So they invited me to be partners in it with some other 8 other local Yuba City people.
That's awesome.
And we started it, and first 2 years, this town wasn't ready for us.
Sure.
Yeah, and you know how people can boo-hoo you?
Yeah.
What? No.
Why don't we have a Whole Foods here? Or, where's Trader Joe's?
Yeah.
Like,
I
are you
want
kidding me?
Sprouts.
And then you
You
bring
don't support what you have.
and then you bring it in, and everyone's just like, "That's not what I wanted." And you're like,
I'm going back to Rayleigh's.
But yeah, and that's like I say, I don't ever claim I make the best pizza, greatest pizza. I just want to make great food.
Yeah.
You know, so that's our concept there. It's like we just
love
want to, local. You know, we don't care about anybody else. I don't care about what everybody else does.
Sure.
Or I have another pizza place or mix. I'll go there and eat there.
Yeah.
As you should.
And I do it all the time.
Yeah. It's the same mindset of they present you with a trophy and you say, this was a contest?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if other people are doing it. Just do what you do well, right?
Yeah.
Do what you do well.
Yeah.
Have a great time.
Yeah.
Love on your staff.
Absolutely.
And the rest is history.
I was telling Joe, I haven't looked at Yelp in 15 years.
That's
I mean, my whole life. I mean, very beginning, he's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
That was my wife made a deal with me. She goes, "You can reply to Yelp now." I don't want to reply to Yelp. She goes, "I don't want to reply to Yelp." I said, "Well," so I said, "I'll take it." So it's been on my phone, and I haven't looked at it in a year, and I don't care.
Good or bad, I don't care.
And you shouldn't.
And when I say that, because I know what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if someone has an issue, come talk to me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We'll make it right.
Yeah.
Or not.
Yeah.
I have no problem. I have no problem saying no. I've learned that. I have no problem saying no.
You're like, or not.
We make it right.
Yeah, and
or not.
And moms, don't come to me and ask money for your kid. The kid has to be there.
For what?
I agree.
For what?
Anything.
No, just in general. I totally
They need to
agree.
come shake my hand, look me in the eye.
Oh, okay. Are you talking about like sponsorship or anything like that?
Yes.
I posted. I literally posted that
Yes.
like last week. I was like, hey, if you are, because I mean, Joe and I went to a small private Christian school. Anything we needed to raise money for, we had to go out and
In
either
person,
sell
yeah.
candy bars or mow lawns or whatever. That was us, right? We were taught
Hustle.
that. We were taught that hustle. If you want it, go out and get it.
Absolutely.
It's not just going to come to you. So I posted on Facebook, and 3 people have taken me up on it. One other is going to bring their kids today to sell more Girl Scout cookie boxes that I'm just giving to people when they show up for loan.
And you're probably like me. You just give money, but keep the cookie.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I eat them. I don't want to eat them.
I'm happy to help.
I love them.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But if I just get like the sponsorship form online, I'm like, no. You know how this works. Bring them in. So like Nikki Burns will bring her kids in all
Absolutely,
the time.
yeah.
Anytime they're raising money for soccer, and she's like, go say the thing. Hi, and I sit there like, that was good. That was
Well,
good.
I mean, it's like if you teach a man how to fish, right, he's able to feed himself if you give him a fish. And the biggest fish that most of the generation's gaps is communication.
Yeah.
Now I can just DM somebody. Like, think about it. I mean, I remember you'd watch a movie, you're like, that's cool. Maybe one day I'd see that guy in the wild. Who knows? And I remember even I think it was our brothers were hanging out, and they're like, oh my gosh, we were at this Hollywood movie, and all of a sudden we see Weird Al Yankovic. We're like, what the heck? Weird Al Yankovic? And that was a story that they got to tell. Now you can go on to, anything and DM him directly and go, hey man, I really like that video.
I get people from different towns want to donate to the Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
Come on.
Right?
come on down.
But they also, because of that, there's the disconnect of the person.
Yes.
Right? And it's like, I'm a nice guy,
Yes.
and you're a nice guy. It's like, come and talk to me. I want to meet you. I want to shake your hand. I want to hang out. I want to know you, and I would love to bless you.
You said you're a nice guy, and then you pointed at Jim. You didn't say anything about me, bro.
Well, I mean, we all know. We all know.
Right.
I'm just going to go.
You're going to leave. Fine, that's more samples for me.
The Jim and Cam show. What is, okay, hold on. Before we do this boxing reveal, so you get into New Earth Market, you said 2012, 20. Okay,
so the town wasn't really ready for it.
Yeah,
What I mean by that,
that's
it's
right.
just slow.
No, sure.
And then we actually had
Like
to come
anything.
up. We had actually come up with more seed money to the banks because
Hey, we got to keep this thing open.
well, they have a formula.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you have to meet that formula with the loans and stuff like that. So we had to all like, and come on, man, I'm like struggling.
Oh, how much more?
I literally could have lost my house 100 times.
Sure.
Throughout my my thing, and I just paid that thing off in December. So that's
incredible.
Are you gonna paint your door red like they do a lot of places in Europe?
I need to get
red door means no mortgage.
Oh,
I didn't
something
know.
else.
That was what I say. I've heard red door.
I didn't say anything about a pineapple, y'all.
No.
Yeah,
Red door.
I need to get a door handle on my front door first, which I don't have a door handle on my front door, so it's a long story on that one. But.
Red means one thing. Protruce means something entirely different. Stay away from that color. All right, don't do that one.
Yeah,
That's awesome. So through those years, getting rolling, obviously slower start. In my opinion, slower start.
So started out in front of the market.
Yeah.
We did Monday night.
Your roots
pizzas.
are deepening.
Yeah, we did running before I was in there. We did some. I started. All right, Kevin, let's do a Rolling Stone night.
Yeah.
So we just started playing music.
Yeah.
Let's just do this. Started hooking up. That's when the Dutch Bros up in Live Oak opened up.
Yep.
With Erin, this amazing young woman that started up there. She got her crew coming down here, like 15 Dutch brother people and other people, and then all of a sudden it was just a vibe and live music going on. And then we said, okay, maybe we can look inside the market. So start doing some take and bakes. And I'm slowly transitioning out of the Racket Club.
Yeah.
You know, but cutting my teeth there too.
Sure.
Because part of my deal with the Rack Club is event coordinator, and I was the cook guy.
You're the guy, yeah.
Yeah, and did big Friday night dinners. We did exchanges with other Racket clubs, Chico, Reading, Red Bluff, Orderville. So we just had a big connection back then, you know, with all the different towns. So all the directors would meet every year, like twice a year, and coordinate our schedules and coordinate tennis tournaments. You know, just a whole different world back then.
Yeah.
You know, the cell phone has destroyed so many social deals.
I agree.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for the people that didn't get what I got.
Sure.
Because if I came up here in today's world, I don't know how that would have rolled for me. You know, because we were so connected back then. We had to drive it. You know, go to Reading for a weekend and sleep at someone's house that you didn't know, and the pigs outside. Everybody's passed out and having the best time of our lives, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and then you had to trust, and the reality is you had to trust people past a text message. You had to be, you're like, all right, go out there.
Text.
We're hanging out, right?
Yeah.
We're talking.
Yeah.
And people don't, they're like, yeah, that person didn't text me for 3 hours. We're not friends anymore. It's like,
even our generation, I feel like our generation growing up was like the last, hey, what is the streetlights coming on mean? It means get home.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it.
Don't go past the whistle.
Yeah, exactly. Like your bikes. Where is everybody? It's where all the bikes are in the front yard.
Yeah,
that's where everybody's at.
Yeah, exactly.
You
It's true.
It's true. That's Wayne's house or Ryan's house or anywhere down the way.
But that's why I love all the community stuff that you do and investing back into, because we need to make our community safe again, and we need to include people, families. We need to include them together.
Yeah.
Sit down and have a meal. I mean, how happy are you when you see people come in, sit down, they have a pizza, there's no phone out, they're enjoying the pizza, and they're talking with each other.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, so that's what I get out of the steakhouse vibe.
Yeah.
That I created through the market. You know, every market's or place that's kind of dead on Monday, Tuesday nights in town.
Yeah.
Generally, people after the weekend.
Yeah.
So started the steakhouse, Rolling Stone Steakhouse, and with the butcher to fork concept. We have an amazing meat department.
Sure.
Incredible meat department.
Yes, and I have 2 of the best cutters, you know, and so I started doing steaks, wood stone, cast iron cooking.
Oh man,
I love cooking live. That's why I never I was never a food truck guy, because I want to
be there with people,
be present with everybody.
Absolutely,
you know? I want to hear you.
Yeah.
You got to hear me cuss when I burn myself. Dude, I burn myself all the time.
I love that you post some of the pizzas. You're like,
oh, and
I was talking to this person. And I murdered this pizza.
Yeah, it's always a cute girl. It's like, God, how's that always happen? Yeah.
If you're cute, make sure to remind Jim to be checking the pizza.
And then I just bust up laughing. So I always post all my burn pizzas. People love it.
They're great.
They love it.
Well, because they feel like they're like, he's got a
Boss man
business.
burning.
I mess up stuff all the time. At least I now can relate.
They love it when I do it.
But it makes you more real. Makes you more human. You're like, I burned the shit out of this pizza. Hey, Instagram, here you go. I was stuck in conversation. I'll make you another.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So pizza gone, steakhouse experience, anything that has you, because what a lot of restaurants don't have, what a lot of coffee shops don't have, is the Joe factor. What a lot of restaurants don't have is the Pauly factor, the Joe Free factor, or the Jim King factor. Those people.
I figured you guys start with Jim King because he's here.
No.
Put him at the end of the list.
Right. Finish with the best. Save the best for last.
You told me I was a captain when I got here.
Yeah,
and I got the paper cup, and you got the ceramics. I mean, you got your names on it.
My bad.
I'm not feeling very captain.
Cynthia, if we could get him a captain of the show.
The ship is this big.
Exactly.
At least it's like,
you don't want to captain this thing, man. You'll know better quickly. But you are involved in so much. So speak really quickly. I'm still salivating because this smells amazing. Speak really quickly on all things Slice of Respect, because every opportunity that you can pull people together and feed the people, you take advantage of. Let's talk about that.
Growing up after Pops, who was a Navy SEAL, he completely abandoned us.
Got it.
Walking home, a little third grader, little Jimmy King, and Dad was throwing stuff in his van and didn't see him for 20-something years.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Yeah, just boom. 3 little boys.
Wow.
Disabled mom, blah, blah, blah.
Ooh.
And we went from a proud Navy family to, right down the tubes.
Sure.
And then...
And when you joined the armed forces, they said, you want to go Navy? You say, hell no, I'm going Air Force.
Good pickup on that, yeah. And then started having a little conversation with my dad, and his one advice was, don't go maintenance. Don't go, because I joined the Air Force.
Sure.
So I went maintenance.
Jim, you should zig. You're gonna zag. Jim, you should go left.
It sucks. He was right.
You're like, damn it.
And I'll tell you a true story. The only reason I'm still in this town is I got in a fight in the Air Force.
Okay.
Late night. It's 2 a.m. Raining like today. Everybody's giving each other shit and stuff in the day room. And this guy Chris from New Jersey, everybody's riding him pretty hard. I wasn't.
Yeah.
And so he gets all pissed. And he walking out in the hangar. So you got KC-135s, SRs across the way. SR was active back then.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's walking like, hey, Chris, you okay? And he turned around and it's like, I'm like, all right, whatever, man.
Yep.
So I turned and he swung and hit me from behind and broke my eardrum.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, so yeah, right. And so I just kept walking, and I go, if you keep, and he kept pushing me and hitting me, I wouldn't fight him. But I go, if we go outside, it's gonna be a different story. So I gave him 22 stitches across his face.
There you go.
Blah blah. Brought him back in. He's crying. Blood's going everywhere. Raining. Master Sergeant.
So I beat the shit out of him, and then I brought him back in because it was raining.
Because
it was raining.
We're friends.
It was
right?
raining. It was raining.
His face didn't go so well against the cement wall.
No, you get
so, and that's from growing up after.
Yeah.
I mean, we had so many fights when we were kids. In the East San Diego.
Oh yeah.
Blah blah. So that just came out in me. Anyway, so Fontanella, little Filipino 4'2" senior master sergeant, fainted.
Fainted when he saw the blood.
But yeah. And then
Oh my gosh.
blah blah. So I with my eardrum.
Yeah.
I got off the flight line because
was your balance all jacked off?
no, but I kind of played it off because I wanted to go to school and you couldn't be going to school
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it.
while you're a crew chief because your time is everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
anyway, I got off the flight line and went to Yuba College. So if that wouldn't have happened, that one fight, I would never have gotten off the flight line to a support shop.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never would have gone to Yuba College, to the Racket Club. I would have been
gotten your
stuck.
Pizza
Your
to
connects.
here.
Serving my country like you're supposed to do, but
Yeah.
I was able to wiggle my way into a small shop,
Yeah.
which in turn I got to watch the SR-71 blast off like 3 times a week because I was the little airman that had charge of the liquid oxygen, nitrogen tanks, So I'm like, oh, this is so cool.
Still awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I went off on a tangent on that. So.
No, I love it.
I love a tangent. This podcast is pro tangent.
Yeah. So bring me back.
Bring it back.
You were talking about you're going through all your stories, going through everything. We were talking about the Pizzerito, or he was talking.
No,
about
we're talking about going to San Diego. And,
going to San Diego.
We grew up pretty rough.
Yes, your dad left.
Came up to and you were talking about my community involvement.
Correct.
Yes.
My best friend. Another big reason why I'm here. There's so many roads, right? Everybody's life has so many roads.
Absolutely, man.
I love it.
My best friend in the world, at
Rolling Stone.
16, died of first dive in La Jolla Cove.
Oh man.
Scuba class, holding his dad's hand. Have you ever been to La Jolla?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That little cove?
Yeah.
Right there. They have a big family, or big 15, 20 people in the first dive. They just drop down and come back up.
Yeah.
Well, he had an air embolism to the brain.
Oh my gosh.
And that was
When
I was...
So diving down with the
Yeah. So I...
How old was he?
just turning 16.
Wow.
Yeah, we're just coming into going into 11th grade, and then I get the phone call Sunday morning from his brother. So we were like, best friends.
Yeah.
Like I was a poor little kid, and they were the the rich family.
Sure.
But I lived there.
Yeah.
Like so my mom's, we couldn't play sports, couldn't do a lot of things growing up, and so they kept all my sports stuff at their house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We hit it. So they even signed me up for Little League.
Wow.
Kept my uniform there, all that stuff.
It takes a village, man. And
Takes a village. So, but that family saved me,
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And to this day, Kendra's my sister. She lives in Clayton, California, by Concord. And our brother Mark, he passed. He never got past a lot of things.
yeah.
He was actually the first personal trainer here in Yuba City.
Is that right?
Back, I wouldn't say first, but when we graduated from college, he came. He's an exercise phys major. Came here and lived with Pete Backus for a while, bought a house, and then just went homeless. Went south. Just walked away.
Wow.
Cold turkey. Went homeless for 20 years, and then he just passed like 5 years ago, and he just drank himself. And
got it.
so all these things, you know.
Yeah, there's so much to the.
So many things, so many layers that no one sees the letter A. You know, when you first start something, they see Z.
Correct.
You know, like, oh, you're so successful. They have no clue.
No, well, they don't know what it takes to sacrifice to get to anywhere. Everything has a level of sacrifice.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, but you got everything. I'm like, you're like, dude.
Buddy, you don't know half of it.
You don't know half of it, which is fine. If you get to know me, you will.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's why when I call.
And then you'll respect it more.
Yeah. So coaching the tennis, you know, giving back to the community, 8 years, 7 years of high school, and all those people I coached, they still contact me. Yeah. They still come. Sean Alders is probably my bestie, and Jeff Ballantyne, you know, all these amazing young men that I had.
Yeah.
So me, take them, you know, all of our road trips and tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't get home until like sometimes midnight on a school night.
Yeah.
And not one parent complained. These kids were all straight A students pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, kicking ass, and we're in first place, you know. And wherever we went, you know, even when we beat Granite Bay, so Kevin Cotter, he was my assistant coach for a while. And he was one of the drivers, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, if we beat Granite Bay, I'm going to take everyone out to Kettleman Steak. He spent $500 on dinner for everybody.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we went everywhere. Brad McIntyre was our my athletic director.
Brad's the man.
Yeah, so we met on tennis courts. I played against him at Yuba College. He played for
right?
Shasta, kicked his ass. Kicked his ass. But
Brad,
you know, Brad
in the comments section,
he's such a
confirm
technician that his coach told him to lob me and Oliver because there's no chance for them to win.
Wow.
He lobbed. Even when he had a chance to put the ball away, he lobbed it. Like he took me. My shoulder is hurt because of him. Seriously, that match. So many overheads. But Brad is like he's just tortured us for 3 hours.
Brad is paying for that.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
such a long match because every point was like 500 minutes.
Oh man,
That's awesome.
So Brad and I were roommates after college. But then we competed, went to Chico State together, came back to U City together, roommates. I moved to Hillcrest. He moved to Hillcrest. I go, get out of my life.
Yeah, stop, bro. Stop. You're following me.
So slice of respect. I mean, after everything that's kind of happened from all of those experiences and grief and struggle with community and everything that happened. And man, you've done, like, I didn't know a fraction of that. Like, I've heard a lot of really cool.
Yeah.
And the thing that I just talked about the other day, I was a bad kid for a while. I mean, we did a lot of kid stuff, but pretty brutal stuff. We stole things. We went car shopping at night, middle of the night, and we did a lot of stuff. We would drag out trees, and rainstorms to watch cars crash into them. I mean, where is this brutal? I mean, looking back, I went from East San Diego to La Mesa. My mom remarried, and this guy took us out of that world.
Yeah.
To a better world across the street were tennis courts. And my first day.
Is that the bonus dad you reference?
Not yet. I didn't meet them yet.
Got
but that. If that move doesn't happen, I don't meet them.
Sure.
Yeah. So I moved there, and my first day of school, I used to get in all these fights, you know. And I got the school before that, I got 4 fights one day, 4th grade, and this kid, this little big, African American black kid, he's dude, leave him alone, like, 'cause I was brawling all day. And back then they didn't kick you out.
Yeah.
They just gave you a recess break.
They're like, hey, dude.
And then
chill.
His name was Leon White. He turned out to be a linebacker in the NFL 10 years. He's just like, dude, you're good, you know. And we played against him in my senior year. I played against him. He went to Helix, where Reggie Bush went, and Smith went, Alex Smith went. So anyway, but my first day of school to this, I went from like a really bad elementary to Franklin school with parents and all that stuff.
Parent.
Well, I'm ready for a fight because in my world, your first day of school, new kid, you got picked on.
Absolutely, man.
And then the only way to not get picked is you find the strongest kid and you go punch him. So
strongest kid or second strongest? I'm figuring out for prison just in case.
Dude. So I found out who's the king of 4th grade, and they said John. And I just never saw a kid in my life. I went there and punched him in the face.
Straight up.
And straight up. And Mrs. Lopez.
Like, hey, man.
We just rolled, and he doesn't know why I'm attacking him.
Yeah.
And then I go back to the VP who I just left.
Yeah.
Mr. Toth. He goes, what are you doing? I go, nobody's going to mess with me. I just
like,
came
this
from
isn't
5
that kind
fights,
of. This isn't that kind of school,
like
Jim.
6 months later.
Is
earlier.
he okay?
6 months
And
earlier.
then Jim pulls the kid out of the rain, like which he
Sure.
did again in the military.
It's just a wild thing. And I'm all I've seen him on Facebook.
And he hasn't added you back yet.
Remember in 4th grade when you punched me in the face?
Exactly.
And I'm like,
I haven't forgotten.
and I will. I do want to make a mission where I do want to reach out to him. Because to this day, he thinks I'm just I'm that 4th grade kid that hit him.
Sure, yeah.
No,
And we got to fight next year too.
Yeah.
And he was that blonde, good-looking kid, total soccer stud. I'm got into tennis, but we never just. It was just me though. It wasn't him. It was me.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know who I am today.
Kid.
Right.
Sure.
So all these things lead up to slice of respect. Like all these things, like when my best friend died, there was no community there.
Sure.
Yeah.
There was no one to like.
And you know what you needed. You know what you
nothing.
needed with that loss. So now you get to fill the hole that
Yeah.
you
So
had
slice of respect turned into like
and love on those people.
people. They can't do everything.
Sure.
At all.
Yeah.
'Cause I also do this for a living.
Yeah.
That's kind of a different thing.
I
Like,
get that, yeah.
selling homes, and then you're going volunteering to do this. I do this and this.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a different. It has to work, and it has to be.
Yeah. You can't take your foot off of the A and just serve B, or all of a sudden, oh, hold on, this is actually a for-profit entity, and I need to actually pay my staff, and I need to actually.
Yes, so a lot of layers
Have
to
my
all
bill.
that stuff. So
I totally get that.
But yeah, so the slice of respect definitely comes from when I really think about it, all those experiences to give back to what happened with others in that time of that gasping. When you first hear the news of someone, if you've never been through a moment when someone that you love so much, you ever get that phone call or whatever, you don't feel that gasping of air, and
Pit in your stomach.
you know that
Heart drops.
Yes. So that's that connection to like the living carry the pain,
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And you have to get through that pain and connect to, because a lot of people can't get through that. Like my bone spur, he couldn't get through it. I use it as a strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So how many just off the top of your head, how many people have been,
Gosh,
I know our whole community, because that leads into the campfire. You going out there and you guys helping and feeding how many thousands of people? How many people do you think you've reached with Slice of Respect? With the vision, think about it. You went from this rough kid that was in fights. You were knowing what you needed, and you created this. And how many, I would say thousands, if not tens of thousands of people you touched from it.
I don't know that much, but
But still.
I keep it. It's nonprofit, but it's not legit nonprofit. It's just my thing.
Sure,
I don't really.
No.
No,
you don't need the
I don't
tax
do-
ID
I don't-
number
No,
to be a.
no, I don't want. I hate meetings.
Yeah. Then all of a
I'm
sudden,
having a hard time here right now.
I absolutely feel that.
I don't think
people have asked
anybody-
me like, Spark, when is Spark becoming a full?
I'm a doer.
I get that.
Tax ID number. I'm like, not yet. We're just kind of just a people group that likes to go out and
I've
volunteer.
never once. I've ever turned anything in. I don't think anything.
Then you have to hire a board, and you have to have a certain amount of minutes.
I just
staff.
can't do it. I'm a trench guy. I want to go where the action's
get it.
at,
I
and
get it.
that's where Jerry and Handy and I you got to get Jerry on your show.
I was thinking
We
about
need to,
Jerry
yeah,
this morning
absolutely.
as I was walking out to get you.
But we're like, when we were during COVID, they had the task force going on, and it was me and Jerry. They invited us, and Jeff Stevens, and blah blah blah, and this meeting, like the first 2 weeks, I'm like dying.
Yeah.
And God bless it, because
I get
need that.
You have to have that too.
They want, okay, we need insurance for this. We got to do this. We got to make sure this. I go.
You're like, no. I've got dough and sauce and toppings. I'll see you guys.
I have an oven
up there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah.
I don't need that. I don't want.
Sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission.
Yeah. So
especially if you're trying to help people like you were helping.
1,000%.
Yeah. So a couple that really stand out to me. I don't know how many people we helped or whatever, but one family up in Live Oak, Hispanic family, their son, somebody sent me, I can't remember who it was, they sent me a handwritten poster they posted that their son had leukemia and was passing and wasn't going to make the prom.
Wow.
So they wanted to give him his prom. And And I'm all, hey, I contacted Esteban, Steve. I said, hey, do you know this family? He goes, yeah. I go, hey, can you ask him if I could bring up some pizzas and help him out? Like just so he's all, sure. So he got the permission and rolled up there, and their front yard, and didn't know them from Adam or whatnot, and took up like 100 pizzas, I think 75 or 100 pizzas. But we just posted up, and then Jerry said, oh, I'm coming, and other guys came, and then all of a sudden we had probably Jessica Oliveira. She rolled up there, and
that's awesome.
A bunch of us just hanging out.
Yeah,
just hang out 5 hours, whatever, and we sold $3,000 worth of pizza and gave it to the family, and like sisters and their uncle. The parents weren't there because they're with their son. He actually passed, I think, the next weekend or whatnot. But they're all just crying. They're like, why would you do this? Why wouldn't I? Yeah. Because it just reminded me of me.
Sure.
At that time where there was he was about the same age as my best friend.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
And that's why when the two young men that died up in Orville, After Bay, with the water thing, it just triggered me.
Yeah.
Bing.
Yep.
I'm like, oh my God. So I went up there twice, and it's just all about. A lot of people, like some people say that you do it for your
ego or something.
Screw them. Screw them. Yeah, you can't listen to them. No.
I don't care.
No, forget it.
I really don't care.
Yeah. Heard it all.
Actually, I'm a trench guy.
Yeah.
So if you're not with me, then
get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, exactly.
So I got a Jeep.
Hey, man. Well, I'll just go. I'm going around.
I got a Jeep. I'll just go over you.
The road ends.
I will say the nice thing about trench guys, that from my experience with people I've worked with, it's not a get out of the way, you're against me. It's get out of the way so I can get this crap done. And if you got me in a moment,
it's getting the Jeep.
Come hang.
It's
either come hang or leave.
Yeah. And what it does,
we gotta get crap done.
Brings people together, and it gives people something to do, because the hardest thing, everybody wants to help, but they don't have a job to
Correct.
So the coolest thing is when we build the pizzas, like we can do 300 pizzas in like an hour. We get a group of 10 people.
Yeah.
And that's part of the healing process, because these are the people that are affected by that certain person.
Sure.
And in the slice respect is only as successful as the group. Just because your best friend died doesn't mean that affects the family in Sacramento.
Yeah.
That's just a story in the paper to them.
Yeah.
Correct.
But to that immediate family and their circle of friends, that's extremely important.
Correct.
That's incredible.
So you can only do so much.
Yeah.
And that's and it has to be done. And some people think it's kind of strange if you do it right away, but you have to, because people forget the next week because something else happens.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden there's a fire that breaks out.
Yeah.
And that.
But we still needed to do a thing for that other family who lost the so-and-so.
Yes.
Yeah. You gotta strike while they're hot.
I was talking to someone about that the other day. Somebody asked me about anxiety and stress that's happening regularly. I said, when I was growing up, you had the newspaper and you read what happened locally. You didn't hear about what happened in Sacramento unless it was a big deal. San Francisco, Los Angeles, unless it was a global thing that you needed to know about.
Turn off the news.
Now your phone, doesn't matter your age, is going, hey, did you hear about the people who committed suicide in this random country you don't know about? Did you hear about? And now you have all of the bad news in the entire world
shoved in front of you
at your fingertips.
And you become numb to it.
And exactly.
It's awful.
And then you're like, well, why? Okay, cool. Bad things just happen. But but by going out there and being hands and going, hey, how can we help? Reigniting that heart inside of people is super important, because that's how that's community.
It is. And every community has a gym, a camera, Joe.
Yeah.
We all have that.
Yeah.
It's just like every town has a 7-Eleven.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And you have every town, if you travel, you realize that every town has, the big rich family or that runs the store or whatever. Every town's like that. It's just repeated over and over again.
Yeah.
So when some people, rarely do we go out. I mean, too far.
Sure.
We will.
Yeah.
Like the campfire was different.
Yeah.
That was a monster.
That was,
that was when you literally destroy, 20-something thousand homes, at one day. And
Yeah.
the population of Chico goes up 20% in one week.
Yeah.
You know, that's unheard of.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yuba Sutter Fairgrounds goes to capacity with RVs and trailers over a weekend and a half. It's like,
No.
yeah. And that's where I met some really I met Virgil Atkinson.
Virgil's the man. We need to get Virgil on.
Yeah. Bring your guitar.
Yeah. Virgil and friends.
Yeah.
We need to get John Cassidy on.
John
There's
Cassidy, so many people.
Yeah. See?
Jeff Stevens.
There you go, Cameron.
Yeah.
You have your list of people you need.
We have our list. Don't you make me disestablish.
I don't think John's coming till you get the proper cup.
Yeah.
You know what?
We'll get a proper cup for.
All right. We'll get a proper cup.
All right. We could go on for hours. We're gonna have to have you back for sure.
Definitely, man.
Bring us to today. Rolling Stone. You guys are rocking.
Hold
Are
on.
you the Rolling Stoner? I get that all the time. That's so much better than like. Are you the? You know.
Are you a
MF Jones sauce.
Yes.
I want to hear story. How did you?
Okay.
Okay, out of all the other stories I know we want to taste, but I want to know how you made this, or at least the story of the sauce.
Okay, so here's my 3 babies here.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is my garlic parm sauce. So I make all this from scratch.
Okay.
It's all natural. So I wrote about yesterday, like so many people do things, cook things, and whatnot, but at New Earth we really have some really great meat and great breads, and I mean natural. Yeah. You know, and people say they want it, you know, so come get it. You know,
it's here. It's available.
It's here. So this is my garlic parm sauce that I make, and I make it. I go through probably 15 gallons a week.
Is that right?
It's so expensive to make. This stuff is so expensive to make.
Cameron, stop drinking.
We were gonna shoot him. I was waiting for him to. Cheers, salute.
So this is my base. This is my base sauce, right? And then this is my jalapeno blend that blends into it. And then this is the MF Jones. So when I wanted something more, just different, than anybody else had. And then I came across this blend. I was telling my friend this the other day, Scott, and he was at my pizza place. He's like, "What's this stuff?" I go, "Oh man!" I go, "Okay, I'm gonna tell you. This guy developed this thing that I found in Oklahoma, and I'm like, he sent me a bag of it or whatever, and I started blending my stuff with it, and his stuff, and then I first taste, I said the F word, say it here, and I'm like, oh, MF Jones." So if I know you personally at my bar, I'll tell you the whole name.
Yeah.
It's not MF Jones, and my brother, you can't name it that. I'm all, I can name it.
So MF, I can.
MF Jones, yeah. So it's a habanero blend. And
do we have to edit this? Is this like the reveal of what's it?
No.
So he went out of business.
Oh.
During COVID.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't know this guy, right? So I was just buying it, right? Just like normal, you buy it. So I went, F that.
Yo, bro.
I'm like, dude, it's like, so I called him.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's doing this out of his house or if he's doing it at a company, but, you know, and first I emailed the guy's number, and then we talked for like 2 hours. This is during COVID, and shutting down. And,
everybody had more time.
And he wrote this long story to his customers, and it could have been my story.
Yeah.
Take my name, his name off, and put what it takes to run a business, and the exact same story.
Sure.
And he goes, I can't keep this quality up. I can't charge. Like just a little bag was like $50.
Yeah.
Just a little thing.
Yeah.
If all the blends he had in there, and he blended everything and grinded it. So I told him what I was doing. This is like a main part of my sauce.
Yeah, I need you to not. I need you to not.
I need you not to go out of business.
Yeah. What do I have to do to make this continue?
And so we talked. And so I bought $3,000 worth.
Oh yeah,
which wasn't much.
No,
to get. I did it online.
Yeah,
so I was freaking out.
Yeah,
and then it was saying sold out. I couldn't get any more, and I'm like, I didn't get that much of it. And then so we started talking, and he's like, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna flip that over. I'm gonna charge you $1,000 and give you $3,000, and I'm gonna bump it up more. So I have like enough to last me like 10 more years.
I love it.
Got it.
So I figured by then,
get it while you can, baby. Get it while you can.
I go
MF Jones sauce.
Yeah. No. So I'm very like guarded with that.
Absolutely,
as you should be.
Yeah. No, so everybody wants me to like sell it. Like big. I go, then I'm going to run out. So
You're like my 10 years.
2 ounces, $1 an ounce. So this is what I'm selling.
There you go.
So you can just buy 20 of those.
There you
Sean Aldridge is like kind of like a son to me, and he just texted this morning and said, love you, man, or whatever.
Yeah.
Shut up, Sean.
There you go. Shout out.
So for his birthday, I gave him a gallon.
Oh my God.
Oh,
You know what his first reaction was?
how much could I sell it for? On
He's like,
Did he say-
God. I'm like, what's up? He's like, well, Shannon, his wife, she's just going to wake up at night. I sleep so strong.
shoot it.
Yeah, she's just going to start, I'm like, he's like, I got to take this to work and hide it.
Well, I woke up and there was 4 dirty shot glasses with MF Jones sauce in the sink.
Yeah, well, they just go crazy over it. So
Awesome.
I don't ever make that for anybody. And one guy is a PT. He moved down to L.A. and he's begging me to, like, dude, just give me a gallon. I don't care what it costs.
Yep.
I said, no, I can't do it. He kept bugging me over and over again. So finally I made it to him.
Yeah.
And I charged him whatever. But he was like, almost crying. Like, he was so happy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, so the MF Jones sauce is, I just think it's a great, I can make it as hot as I need it to make it hot. But I want it where it's going to hit you at the backside.
Absolutely, man.
Jalapeno, it hits you more front.
Sure.
Of your taste buds.
Yeah.
And this one, as you swallow, it's like, yeah.
Have you been trying to figure out the spice blend on the side? Like, I'm just gonna mess with this.
Oh, I know it. Yeah, but
You
it's
gotta
so
know by now.
it's all about the. There's so much to that.
Oh no, absolutely.
Yeah, I figure I have enough to unless I get swamped now with your with your 4 people that's on your
with both of us and our moms.
and with the fish
Thanks, Mom.
with the fish with
Mom, I need you to make 5 more accounts today, and
the
I need
new,
5 more subscribers by
with the
noon.
new Pizzerito with
Yeah,
Polly.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
I left that sauce on purpose. I said, hey, you guys go ahead and play with it. And,
there you go.
His guys were just like, oh God, this is like
The fact that you were talking about that sauce, you're talking about MF Jones sauce, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about MF Jones sauce for like 10 minutes of his 40-minute
And we're like, Polly, stop drooling.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like,
And
"Oh,
he's like,
sorry."
but boys, this sauce, I got to tell you. We're like, let's move forward. Oh, my gosh.
Is that your
Yeah.
Irish? Was that your Irish? I'm just
A
curious.
little bit.
Oh, it was
It was decent.
wow.
Let's roll. Let's roll.
all right. So this is the Pizzerito that I made this morning. So
I won't carry you in
so,
the rain, I swear to God.
It's gonna be messy.
No, we're here.
I
for
baked this morning, so this is a blend of.
I'm so excited.
My brisket, and I also put corn brisket in there. So I got beef brisket,
Oh.
corned beef brisket,
Okay.
and my mix with potatoes, jalapenos. So you got some dipping sauce here.
So what you're saying is Cameron as a health specialist is like this is
I'm ready.
approved
I'm
for
ready.
everyone's
I need,
diet.
So one's
I need my
kinda-
clients. I need my fitness clients.
One's
Not-
kind of split,
Check
one's
out
kind of
right
not.
now.
So you guys are both gonna have to take a like that
big-
first bite. And I have a tradition when people bite, I hand you
A napkin?
a napkin
Oh.
after you take that first bite. And I'm gonna film you also.
Oh my God! Look at that thing.
This is filmception.
Oh, wow.
Filming and
Filmception.
filming.
Okay.
Are you sliding this over?
I'm going to interview you guys now. Okay, so this is Cam and Joe.
Here we go.
Right here.
Here we go.
Cam and Joe show. They're internationally famous with their
With-
2 moms
with-
and Polly.
With our
Polly.
moms and
International.
Polly. Look at this thing.
Yeah, so this is the Pizzerito. So I made them a special
Pizzerito.
blend
All
today.
right, we got to turn it for our camera too, so they can
Yes.
people can
The
see that.
Pizzerito.
Look at that.
That's just
oh my
big old
gosh.
Corned beef
This is
brisket.
happening.
This
This
is
is
kind of
about
like
to happen live on the Cam and
this
Joe
is the
show.
Pizzerito,
Bro.
Irish style.
You ready for this?
Irish
thing?
style.
Irish style.
All right, so excuse me. I want your reaction
Yep.
on your first bite. So right now I have some barbecue blend with the MF Jones on that.
Oh my God.
And you got my 3 sauces you can dip. But I don't know if you're gonna need it to dip.
I don't know
Wait,
if
hold
I
on.
need to dip
You same time. Joe,
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Don't be so
I
excited.
won't. I'm looking at the sauce.
My
Look at
hands
the
are already.
sauce.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh, I'm so excited. Cheers.
All right, guys, get on it.
Here we go.
First bite. What do we got? What do we got?
Oh my god.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, that is money.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that hits every square inch of the tongue. Oh, the heat's in the back. The heat's in the front.
Let's see. MF
That
Jones.
meat is
Okay. All right.
Is that Luke
that
up there?
meat
Is that Luke
delicious.
laughing up there?
Oh my
All right.
gosh.
All right.
I wish you guys could taste this.
No, I don't. I'm gonna eat this entire.
Joe,
So-
you tell about your experience.
So when I
I'm gonna-
make these
I'm gonna
things,
keep going.
I put them online on Facebook, and you have to have a number
Oh,
because I can only make
spice.
so many. So I came out with these during COVID,
Oh my gosh. Okay.
and
So it's a
I'm
foodie.
gonna cut off on mine right now.
Do it. Do it. Cut
All right.
it. Cut it. Oh my gosh, so good.
So I came out with COVID, and because they shut us down, right? We got shut down, and you couldn't sit there,
Jimbo,
for 2 years. So I wanted to come up with something cool.
Potato, corn.
This one. So this is different today because I was like only had 10 minutes to put this together.
Hey Luke, I'm saving you somebody.
Luke,
It's so good. I mean, okay, so
We have a guest today.
I'm a foodie. What I do is, being a foodie, you go around and you eat food.
Yeah.
That's what you do. And as I've come through here, okay, so I'm getting that brisket. I'm getting the salt, the sweet. I'm getting the heat.
The potato just kind of makes it dance
It just
on your tongue.
butters through, man, and that heat's dangling right in the back of the
little
throat.
bit.
Perfect. Perfect. Oh my gosh, bro. You didn't blow out my palate. You made it happy.
I got some mushrooms there. I got some fresh jalapeños in there. What else did I throw in there?
The kitchen
I was
sink,
just
and
under.
you made it happen.
No, I was just under. I only had 15 minutes to put all this together,
Well, so this is you in 15 minutes. I give you an hour.
and then I had to bake it.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a bakes.
I want to taste the sauce separately.
Same.
Just
Yeah, so the story goes on that. So during COVID, you could only pick up and go. So I came up with this
that garlic.
baked Pizzerito. And first day we sold 10. Next day we did 20. Next 2 days later we did 40.
Wow.
And then
I'm going.
but it just
Jones.
takes
You
so
keep
much
talking.
product to get. And during COVID, I was like, it's a little sketchy on actually just the
Supply chain.
the paper products to give it to you.
Absolutely.
You know, so stupid.
Supply chain was the issue I ran into during COVID.
Yeah.
It was just like, what, I can't get that? No.
Right. Or it's
Okay.
like $10,000, right? So then like the following week, we sold 180 of them in one day. And it took, Lucy and I, it took us a full day and a half to get all the prepping ingredients and to roll them, then to bake them, right? So we had just stacks of them, you know, and every name.
I now understand the international and multi-state craze behind the MF Jones sauce. That is
I get
money.
it.
That sauce is money. That sauce is delicious.
So
Plain.
thank
but
you. Oh my
Bro,
gosh.
go. Hey, MF Jones, that one.
Don't get at me with the
Go to work.
MF time.
Go to work.
Yeah. And you have MF Jones in there as well. So in the inside the Pizzerito, I have the white, and I put some red pepper flakes on there with the mozzarella cheese.
Opening up my nasal passages.
Our podcast just turned into ASMR. I'm trying not to smack, okay? Because
Smack.
I know.
This is live.
Smack it.
We need more than four viewers here.
That's right.
Be more than 4 subscribers by the end of the
But I don't want that. I don't want that creepy guy with like 3 hairs over the top of his head and glasses
Right.
breathing heavy as I chew. Okay, I really don't need that.
So we did all that during COVID, and then there's just so much, right?
I have to. I want Luke to try this. I'm
Yeah.
being good
I
because
don't want anyone else to try mine, but
No,
I see
eat
that.
it.
Cameron's just
Well, look at the size
I have a
difference
bi- I have a-
between us.
I have a big mouth.
I'm a hobbit. He's an ogre. Somehow we're friends. He hasn't
That-
murdered
that-
me on the way to
That's
Middle
awesome.
Earth.
jalapeno. Oh my god, buddy.
so, and it's all. I mean, like
money.
I always kind of. Yeah, I market pretty well, I think, just on my little world.
Yep.
And,
You do, man. You
I
crush it.
Market extreme.
I'm all.
keep
Yeah,
it
this is
very
weird.
authentic.
My number one ingredient for my jalapeno sauce is jalapeno.
Hopefully.
That's weird.
Hopefully. Well, I was hearing, so this is
Yeah.
crazy that you're talking about that. So right now, there's a shift happening kind of in sauces and foods because of what preservatives been going into stuff. Like even on the coffee element, there's a chemical wash they put coffee through for a lot of the high produced stuff. So when we're roasting, it's like, no, we can't. You know, when you understand that, you're like, why would somebody do that? You also understand for cost effectiveness for these big companies. So it totally makes sense. But these big companies are now being like, yo, we're finding out these things we're putting in the food is actually hurting people.
Yeah.
And because we're today's guinea pigs for information we'll find 15 years later. That's just how life is.
And when you go to Europe, you find out real fast.
Oh my gosh.
We're getting
yeah.
so screwed here. We are getting so screwed. Like,
Yep.
like their food and the freshness of everything
Yeah.
Fewer preservatives, fewer everything.
is unbelievable.
I actually found out, and so this is crazy. So red 40 dye. Okay, and I just found this
dude.
out. No, it's you're sweating, bro.
Bro, the heat is hitting. The heat is hitting. And I'm a sweater.
CPR certified.
Yeah,
about to lose the
Me
jacket.
too, man. We'll keep you
I
alive.
love
But
heat,
your turn.
bro. I love heat, but
You get to do mouth to mouth. I've had enough.
Yeah.
it wouldn't be our first.
Yeah.
So The red 40. So it's weird. There are these little bugs. And I'm not kidding. I've actually saw the paste. And They're little bugs that they smash up and they make this red dye paste. You're actually eating a type of roach. That's what red 40 dye is.
Well,
I was like,
I'm not opposed to that.
hey man, I've had some good fresh crickets. I was in a type of Boy Scouts, and I mean we ate pretty much survival food, which, I mean, nature jerky is not necessarily what you want to eat, but you figure it out.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of one of those things, knowing the freshness. This is why I'm such a huge fan of local wherever you're at, because you're gonna get food from somebody with a story. You're gonna get food from somebody who knows what they're doing. They're putting their time and effort putting it out there, and they're trying their best. And guess what? If the food isn't good, most places that the food's not good, either they're not good at marketing, or they close. Unless you're Taco Bell, then you can get. Unless you're Taco Bell, because then at that point,
Rooted.
You can give somebody diarrhea every week, and they're like, "I gotta have it again."
Yeah. I'm gonna skip what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Really?
This is so freaking bomb. Okay, if you are local,
God, Cam, you haven't said a word in like 5 minutes. You know that,
bro. I haven't needed to.
You shut him up. Hannah's gonna order this now.
For the first time in my life in 36 years, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. If you have not been to Rolling Stone at any one capacity or another, go. Are there certain days that you're there?
You know who really appreciated it? Rolling Stone is people from out of town.
Oh, guarantee, as they should.
So they come in there, they're all,
through?
this is like literally the best place ever. And I'm all, thank you. I go, yeah, we get busy, and I go, it's like becoming numb if you're used to something or whatever.
Yeah.
But I tell people all the time, I go, all our local places, you better love on them because
they're really good.
Buddy.
They're not going to be there. They're not going to be there forever.
They're
not going to be there tomorrow.
And people will say that. Like, you'll see online, oh my God, such and such is placing, or such and such is closing. I want to comment, but I'm not this much of an asshole. Like, oh, did you guys not support it?
Yeah.
Why are you surprised? They're mom and pop, and if you didn't support it, they're going to close down.
And
it's the spicy in me.
The best thing I get.
No, it's your sweat.
Oh,
if
no,
that's what's the spice.
I'm glad I wore a hat today on purpose.
Or everybody tells me, oh, I hope you take care of your employees. I'm like, motherfucker. I go,
yeah.
Then give them a big ass tip.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
like help them out, help me, help them.
Well,
you know?
The reality is, if
and
you
I do
were
take care of my people.
Well, and if you were a bad employer in a small town, everyone will find out that you're a bad employer, and you're going to have a hard time finding like, people don't realize that when you're like, you open a business and you're being so vulnerable that everything you do is under such hyper criticism all the time. And this is why I'm always this is why even we do the podcast, is to sit down with people, because what happens is it's a Yelp review, it's a comment, it's a snide remark, or maybe your employee was being a jerk and goes, I'm out, and then slanders you to a bunch of people. All of a sudden everyone's like, well, that guy's just a jerk. And it's like, well, no, that guy's got a story. They're doing something. If it were truly that bad, their business would have gone out. We need an open communication and get to know each other. Like, this is the first time we've sat in a room and talked and hung out, and I love it. And at this point, I'm like, hey, we're friends. We're hanging out, right?
Have you had their pizza yet?
I have. Oh man.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And he can split it. Like, he can split a pizza 2 or 3 ways.
I don't want it. I don't want to.
No. Not split as in you're sharing it. Split as in you could do like one half. Like, my wife and I are addicted.
Well, certain sizes.
All right,
sure. But if you go like a large, you can go half Greek goddess, half Cali girl.
I don't know if you saw what I did yesterday.
The 3.
Nick came in. Never been before, and
I saw that.
Yeah.
It was hilarious trying to see you. You're like, these napkins are.
These are stupid things.
You were struggling.
I want to shoot the guy that invented these things, because a lot of times you just can't get it.
And you're doing it with one hand while holding the phone. We got to land the plane. We're going to go an hour and a half, and we're going to lose our 4 subscribers.
If you've stuck with it, thanks, Mom.
Yeah, Mom, you're the best. Both of your profiles.
Go out there, support local. Rolling Stone Pizza, Jim. It has been an absolute amazing.
We're gonna have you back, because I feel like we are just.
I just brought food. So, all right. Anybody comes and talks about food?
Yeah.
Bring your food.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Bring your food, because it's a whole different vibe. A quick story: like Sean Aldridge is an amazing teacher. It's kind of like my son. He asked me to bring or come to his class to talk about Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
I go, what grade, Sean? He's like, 7th, 8th graders. I got the stupidest idea ever in the history of. He's like, what? I'm all, that would go over like for 1 minute.
Yeah, bro.
You know, I go, he's like, oh, okay. I go, no. How about if I bring out my wood fire oven?
There you go, man.
And we do it outside, bring the chairs out, put some music on.
Made an experience, man.
Yeah.
Those kids were literally so excited.
They were your biggest fans out there.
And they'll be lining up to apply in like 2 years. So.
Lining up, and like the best school day they probably ever had.
Guaranteed.
Go to Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
Hook it up. This is the menu. It's amazing. Jim, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for being on, brother.
Okay, so that's 1990.
All right, see you.
Yeah, Venmo.
Here.
Go into Rolling Stone. Hit this guy up. Follow this guy. Slice respect.
Pizzeritos are not on the menu, so don't be hitting me up. So when I put it out there on Facebook, I only do like 20 at a time.
Yep.
So you got to get a number.
Get in line
because they're paying to make.
Yeah,
I love making them.
Yep.
But you got to pick them up. If you don't, I'm like the soup Nazi. You're off.
no soup for
and I will
you.
Put you out on there.
No soup for you.
All right. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for your time.
Yep. Yeah.
Cut. Thank you for checking out the Cam and Joe Show.
If you guys are liking our content so far, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. You can also listen to us on Spotify.